And now I'd like to introduce Murray Reid from QLM. Murray, hello.
Good morning, Andy. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. I'd love to hear all about QLM. Over to you.
Well, thank you very much. And we're sunny down here in Bristol as well, so it looks like a lovely day in the UK. My name's Murray Reid. I'm the CEO of QLM Technology, and QLM makes practical, scalable, and low-cost infrared cameras that see and stop invisible greenhouse gas emissions. It's coming through slowly. We had a little bit of a bandwidth problem before, so if I kill my picture, let me know if the sound's not coming through, and I'll kill my picture, and that'll speed things up. Methane's the greenhouse gas we're focusing on because it causes about 1/4 of man-made global warming. The reason it's such a big effect is twofold. One is that natural gas is becoming the dominant fossil fuel, and second, methane is about 100 times better at absorbing heat than CO2. So 1% leaked has the same effect, climate effect, as the 99% burnt. And that means a very serious effect. So the industry is leaking much more than 1%. I don't know, I seem to be cutting out. So if you're okay, I'm going to lose my video. My apologies.
That's fine, Murray. Andrew here. The sound's coming through good for us. So just
okay. Well, it's not so good. Anyway, lots of studies have made this increasingly obvious, and so the pressure on the industry to stop leaks has been steadily building. So now all of the oil and gas majors around the world have signed up to tidy up their Methane Act, with BP being one of the leaders. I'm clicking on to the next slide, but I'm not getting it. So again,
Murray, Andrew
maybe
here. Just one suggestion. Maybe we'll ask Robert just to drive your slides. So at the end of each slide, as you reach
I'd
it,
appreciate that.
Just shout out next slide to Robert.
Well, thank you very much for the sympathy and the help. So the BP and everyone else have signed up, but promises don't solve a problem, and you can't manage what you can't measure, and no one is measuring methane properly. The scale of the problem is immense. There are, for instance, more than 500,000 active gas well pads in North America alone, all of which are leaking at some degree right now. And existing detection technologies are just totally incapable of matching the size of need. So the technology of choice today are infrared cameras with spectral filters. The gas industry buys about £100 million worth of these every year, but they cost so much that that's still less than 2,000 units. And these cameras don't consistently measure the leak size, so you still have to go up to the leak with a calibrated sniffer if you want to measure how big it is. And with this as the state of the art, it's no wonder that regulations are limited to only a couple of inspections a year, and why undetected super leaks that run for months make up most of the emissions. The problem has spawned dozens of companies trying to sell new solutions, but so far, all that has come out of this really are just a bunch of science experiments that aren't practical and scalable enough to tackle the problem. Next slide, please. That's where we come in. I've spent 30 years in Silicon Valley delivering advanced hardware to global customers in the semiconductor and telecom industries, and I know how to build a company that makes profitable high-volume products out of new technology. My co-founder, Zhao, is a genius inventor with a PhD in quantum technology and practical experience with engineering in industrial gas sensing. And our chairman, Yuri, is a serial entrepreneur with multiple UK startups in his resume. We all met at QTech, the Quantum Technology Enterprise Center Incubator in Bristol in 2017. Zhao is an entrepreneur, Yuri is an instructor, and myself as a mentor, clicked as a team, and have been working together ever since. Next slide, please. We've developed gas imager prototypes using single photon detectors. These are new technology. They're a quantum leap in performance and practicality over anything in the market, and we've demonstrated these in multiple industrial trials. There's a picture here of one of our prototypes in action and the image it made of a methane leak at Total in France. By rapidly imaging the whole gas plume, we can accurately quantify the total gas leak rate. And because we use very mature telecom technology, our cameras will scale to volume to very low cost. And this combination, accurately quantification at low cost, is what will enable widespread continuous automated monitoring systems, which is what the industry really needs. We have a strong IP position with a broad patent pending, but we're keeping most of our designs, including the signal processing algorithms that give us the nice clear pictures, as trade secrets. And we're not limited to just methane. We already have a carbon dioxide imager, and we plan to measure any gas that needs to be kept out of the environment. Next slide, please. We got here because we have really solid support from Innovate UK. They funded us to both develop the prototypes and work closely with the National Physical Laboratory to prove we can do what we claim. NPL have introduced us to dozens of new contacts from the Environment Agency through to National Grid and Total. And this year, they've also awarded us, Innovate has awarded us a new 2-year contract that will give us more than £1.7 million to industrialize our cameras, and working with major end users, including BP and Amatec. Next slide, please. So our business model is to develop cameras for and sell cameras and services to major customers with global reach. Here's the sequence of market segments we're working through and the leaders of each segment, all of whom we have research grants or commercial contracts with already. And we're working with all of these to develop cameras for their specific applications and get them products in volume. So as we tip over each of these segments, we're going to grow our sales up to the many tens of thousands of cameras that are needed to tackle this problem and build our turnover to more than £100 million. Next slide, please. So what's our ask from you? Well, our potential customers all want one thing. They want a field deployable camera they can evaluate themselves. We have the designs, new integrated designs, ready to turn into robust user-friendly versions. And we have £2 million in non-dilutive capital and all the partners ready to do it, but we need matching funds to make it all work. So we have our lead investor, BritBox, and Bristol's BPEC have already committed to more than half of the 500K we need. So today we're looking for around 250K. And with this funding, we'll expand our engineering and business development teams so we can deliver cameras to all our prospects in 2021. We expect then to win multiple commercial contracts, be back for a Series A round in early 2022 to continue our ramp. And longer term, we think our most likely exit will be by being acquired by a gas equipment giant like Honeywell or Emerson. Next slide, please. Of course, the big question in front of everyone right now is how we're dealing with COVID-19. Well, oil has crashed, as all of you I'm sure are aware, but natural gas is still flowing. And we see gas emission reduction is still a really big priority for the big companies, both for competitive advantage in keeping investment and for taking market share away from smaller companies. So our customers have all told us that our projects are still a top priority. We're a small, cost-conscious company. We are leveraging external contractors heavily, and we have punched way above our weight and win grant awards. So we're very confident that we keep advancing our technology and our customer base, even in these tough times. Thanks. Next slide. You might have, there you go. We went past it. Anyway, to wrap up, our cameras are the best way to see and catch fugitive greenhouse gases and really keep them out of the environment. We're looking for help with investment and with establishing a business in monitoring carbon emissions, which we think is absolutely fundamental to getting this problem under control. So if you're interested, please contact me. Thanks for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Murray, thank you very much indeed. And Robert, thanks to you in the background for assisting Murray driving those slides. The questions I can see myself have been coming in. It's a very important area, of course. This level of pollution is going largely unchecked, and you can't deal with what you can't measure, as they say. So, John, I'm sure there's some great questions. Over to you to select some of them and put them to Murray.
Hi, Murray. Yes, questions coming in thick and fast. So Andrew Muir of Guildford has asked, what's the return on investment for the customer, or is this regulation driven?
It's regulation driven would be nice, but unfortunately in this industry that's really not strong enough. There's really a cost issue with doing the existing services. They're very intensive, labor intensive. And that's the dominant cost. So going to automated continuous monitoring not only saves the resource that you're leaking, but it also should end up being a lower cost overall system. The possibly other side to the ROI, the bigger side in some sense in terms of the pressure when you compare it to regulation, is the green bounce and the need for these companies to tidy up their act for investment opportunities.
A great question here from Avogadro Vittorio. Do you have commercial agreements to install in OEM manufacturers of these
Not yet.
cameras?
Not yet. As I said, we have prototypes, but we do not yet have robust prototypes that are ready for installation. So we get people calling us and asking us to go to Qatar, but unfortunately we're not ready to go to Qatar just yet. So that's where we're at right now, is working on robust industry appropriate solutions. This is a tough industry. Obviously the environmental requirements and the ATEX environments and things like this are very strict. So we're hoping to have a unit that looks like that by the end of the year.
Okay, what would you think are your next big, technical and commercial milestones for QLM?
Well, it really is the delivery and successful testing of those installations in the field. That's our big milestone for the next year.
Mm-hmm. And after methane, what's next in terms of harmful gases?
As I said, we're already doing the big one, carbon dioxide, and we're already doing carbon dioxide. A lot of our clients or prospective customers want to do multiple gases. So we're actively working on simultaneous multiple gas measurements, and the first two are carbon dioxide and methane. Beyond that, carbon dioxide is showing is interest. Carbon monoxide, ethylene, ammonia. There's quite a laundry list that we can tick off.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Murray, for your answers. Excellent.
Well, thank you.